Hey, what's up guys, Sir Emanon here, and just very quickly before we begin here, I want to say that is actually me playing piano in the background here, but that is a result of this poll that I put up quite a while ago, and as promised I ended up making it actually relevant. And you guys can definitely tell just by looking at the initials of the pieces that I'm going to put on screen. You can decipher my very creative and innovative code here. Definitely nothing conspicuous about that. But in all seriousness guys, I do want to thank each and every single one of you for helping us together reach 5,000 subscribers. That is such a big number that honestly to me is something that I can't really even fathom. And it's a milestone that I never thought I would achieve, at least not this quickly. And I do want to emphasize the us in that previous statement because I really view this as a shared community. I think that we built this thing together, from the ground up, from 0 subscribers. I wouldn't be here without you guys at all. And I hope that you guys at least take some things away from this channel as well, as you guys definitely teach me things every single day about both the game and about myself and about YouTube in general. But this video is actually going up the day of my birthday, so it's actually pretty funny. I couldn't have asked for a better birthday present as well, just a bit of an early celebration here for me. But you guys really are the best audience that I could ever ask for. You're extremely supportive, you guys give such great feedback in the comments, and you guys are just actually a very skilled and talented group of Yu-Gi-Oh players, to be honest. You guys teach me things about the game as well. Especially in commentaries. It very much helps me improve, and I hope that we can help each other improve. And that's kind of the entire point of my channel. So I'm just very proud of us and the fact that we foster this community that values knowledge and improving, and just above all a general love for the game that we all play. So now that I have all this sappy stuff out of the way, I have 2 very major announcements to share. So the first is something that I've been asked about sometimes in the past, but I kind of held off on doing it because I didn't really feel ready for it yet. I felt that I wanted to kind of just work on the channel as a pure passion project without, sort of looking towards it as maybe something I could do more long term. But when I started taking YouTubing a bit more seriously, very seriously, it was around September of 2019. And I told myself actually that if I ever hit this milestone, 5,000 subscribers, that it would mean that my videos actually have some value. And truth be told, it was actually a dream and a goal of mine when I set out to do this, to make content creation possibly a job or maybe even a long-term career. And even though I'm still very much a long ways off from that, this is a start to that. So as you might be able to guess from that, I'm actually going to be announcing my official Patreon, which is very exciting. And as you guys know, the content that I produce is very in-depth. You guys can tell from the combo guides and just the deck building sort of profiles that I do. And even my commentaries themselves are all extremely detail oriented. But at the same time, that also means that it's very time consuming and labor intensive. So as much as I would love to devote more time and resources into YouTube, it's not really physically feasible. Just because of course I'm busy with school and other obligations and all that good stuff. But with your guys' help via Patreon, we can definitely change that. And I know that you guys can, help me bring you guys even better content on an even more consistent basis. So definitely consider that if that is something you're interested in. And also, you guys know that, again, I'm a huge fan of asking for you guys' input. You guys see that I spam the community tab with a bunch of polls. You guys have a direct influence on the channel, whether you guys realize it or not. And as such, I really try to model this sort of mindset into the Patreon tiers, where I make my best effort to make this a community an even bigger component of the content. So if you look at the rewards, which I'm gonna scroll through hopefully on screen right now if I remember to do this, please future me remember to edit this in. You can see that the tiers are very community driven. I want you guys to to have even more of a say into what goes into the channel, in return for me putting even more effort in. So if you're interested at all in the rewards or improved content or more content, or just in general supporting me and my ability to just do this more long term, definitely consider the Patreon, and I'll leave a link to the description box down below. But the second major announcement is one that you guys are probably here for, and that is going to be the 5K giveaway tournament. So I want to give shoutouts to my good friend and Discord mod Kingdom for throwing this logo together. It's pretty funny, and I hope that you guys get a laugh at it as well. But yeah, as I've been hinting at this entire month, I will be hosting a single day online tournament that'll be free to enter. But for those who finish in the top 4, you'll actually get to win some cash prizes, which is very exciting. And you can think of this format as something pretty close to MBT's Quarantine series. It'll be a one-day event, and I'll hopefully be streaming these games live on Twitch as the games play out. And speaking of Twitch, I know I haven't really been streaming in a while. You guys might be surprised that I even have a Twitch, but rest assured, I'm working on hopefully getting possibly a schedule down in the future. But that is actually one of the community-driven Patreon goals. And if you guys want more of these types of tournaments as well, if this ends up being a success, if we manage to, reach a certain milestone on Patreon, that is something that I intend on doing as well. Just having more of these, free tournaments that have cash pricing, just as something to offer to you guys as a community. So if that is also something you want to see, that's all the more reason to check Patreon out. But more about the tournament here, you can find the link to the Google Doc, which is going to contain all the rules and the guidelines in the description box down below. And that also will contain the sign up form. There's a couple things that I want to emphasize though, because some of you guys might be already familiar with my current Dueling Book tournaments that I host on the regular, as you guys have seen with the feature matches and whatnot. But the three things that I want to mention here are, first, it's going to be on Edo Pro, which I know is going to raise some eyebrows and might be disappointing to some of you guys. Others of you might actually be appreciative of it, but the way I see it, it's the best way to just ensure that we run into as few problems as possible. And I elaborate this a bit more in the Google Doc, but essentially there's too many problems associated with Dueling Book on the logistical side of things to where I really just want Edo Pro to streamline the entire process. The second thing that I want to mention and emphasize is please read everything carefully. I have the instructions very, very carefully lined up, and I want to, again, just minimize problems. So please definitely just make sure that you have everything understood before signing up. And finally, the tournament will be capped at 64 players. So it is first come, first serve. Definitely be sure to get your signups in before it is too late. But that's going to be everything. And again, I really cannot stress enough how much you guys mean to me as a community. There is actually kind of a personal side to that story, but maybe I'll get into that in a future subscriber mark video. But that's going to do it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like as well as any thoughts or feedback in the comments. Subscribe for informative and competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. If you want to, you can follow me on all social media or support me on Patreon or TCG Player. All links are going to be in the description box as always. And until next time, I will catch you in the next video. See you guys.